Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. I'm Fauzi bin Amirudin, a dancer choreographer based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Before I begin, I would like to thanks to Asia Pacific Dance Festival Hawaii to give this big and great opportunity to share my research paper about. Today, I would like to present my research paper entitled The Reconstruction of Tari Piring Elements in Contemporary Dance Choreography. Creating contemporary dance choreography using traditional dance element is a common choreographic practice in Malaysia. Many Malaysian choreographers trained with both traditional and Western dance techniques have been mixing traditional dance element with Western techniques in their contemporary dance creation. This mode of creation gives much uniqueness, identities, and contemporaneity to the choreography. With the combination of the different elements, there will be challenges in combining movement with disfamiliar yet contrasting aesthetic and qualities. As a Malaysian choreographer who would like to expand my traditional training background, my choreographic inquiries in this research is how to contemporize traditional dance element without losing the original aesthetic and qualities. This inquiry is my personal interest as a choreographer creating a contemporary choreography using element tradition. Based on my experience before, I just mix and match without thinking about the effectiveness and how elementation and contemporary merge. I have been making contemporary dance without understanding of the specialty the traditional element use. Therefore, in this presentation, I examine the reconstruction of traditional tari piring element in my choreography created. Tari piring originated from West Sumatra, which is still practiced by the people in New Zealand, including myself. Here I want to show you some short clip about this dance. This dance uses plate as the main prop and the plate manipulation movement is complex yet grounded. The dance demonstrates the skill of the dancer that manage, balance and move the ceramic plate swiftly without dropping or breaking the plates. Dancers hold the bottom of plates in the palm of their hand and swing them widely and control using the inertia to keep the plate from falling. This research analyzed the creative process of mixing different movement, aesthetics, qualities, and patterns of the traditional tari piring in order to explore a choreographic method of reconstructing these traditional elements into contemporary dance choreographies entitled Gelanggang and Playuan. Gelanggang. The inspiration for this choreography is from the power of manipulating and controlling others for a specific purpose. The dance began with both dancers sharing the space and time in introducing traditional piring element as the photo one and slowly adding contemporary variation at the end of this opening section. After that, the main section is about the competition between the dancers where there is a growing desire to win, control and manipulate the loser. In the photo 3, as you can see, plate become object of desire where the dancers fighting for it. The standing dancer is the winner and the lay down dancer is a loser. Second choreography, player 1. The inspiration of this choreography comes from chess game. It's a male solo. There's two colors of piring represented chess inside. As you can see in the photo 1, the dancers begin with moving the plate as if he is playing chess. He moving and imagines he play and fight with himself. As you can see photo 2 and photo 3, the main section is a dancing of his inner conflict about finding a winning strategy of this imagining one-man game. The theory of reconstruction is used to examine the creative process of choreographies. In Franco, to see the old in the new is characteristic of reconstruction. The old thing here means something that is said to be original and fixed. This method is given a new lease of life when the use of something old is said to be a process of reconstruction. Although reconstruction is mostly attended to the revival from archival sources, here I refer to Albright. I didn't think this is a historical reconstruction, but rather as more of an interesting effect plundered from the abundant resources. This interesting effect is what I'm looking at in my interpretation of tari piring. Tari piring is original form that I'm reconstruct in hope to give a new life to this tradition form through contemporary dance choreographies. In order to reconstruct the elements, I first identify and understand quality and aesthetic in tari piring form by making analysis. The figure below is the basic elements of the break dance that I broke down and analyzed before reconstruction. Here, I'm using 7 basic ragam and movement in tari piring. First, pijak bara. The knees are bent and the heels need to be kicked to the buttocks while walking. The aesthetic shows the movement of the leg in the lift and in the stroke like a flick, focusing on the lower body. The movement analysis is the time, tempo, fast and consistent, space, usage of lower body movement, and coronal plane. Second, asas hanjutan. Body bouncing is the most important component, posture hunch. The aesthetic is more graceful and loose but still in control. Movement analysis is time, can be in fast, medium, and slow, space, usage of upper body and lower body movement, coronal plane. Third, asas timang piring require flexibility to support the movement of the plate so that it is movement easily and naturally, focusing flexibility of hand, especially wrist. Aesthetics emphasize flip and a flick for hand movement like a wave, look like piring floating on the palm. Not so aggressive, but smoothly. The movement analysis is time, medium, tempo, consistent, space, usage of upper body movement, traverse plan. Fourth, titi piring, stepping on piring using a ball of feet. The aesthetic is calm and control movement. The movement analysis is time, slow, tempo, slow, space, usage of lower and upper body movement, transverse plan. Fifth, asas sisir rambut, movement resembling combing hair. The aesthetic is a quick movement that point upwards but point diagonally. Movement analysis is time, medium, tempo, consistent, space, usage of upper body movement, sagittal plan. 6. Asas hayunan piring, swing the plate, move and rotate like an figure of 8. Surface of the plate should point upwards. Swing the plate in front of the face and body slightly twist. The aesthetic is required focusing strength at wrist to swing the plate in figure of 8 into the right and to the left. Relax and bounce movement but in control. The movement analysis is time, medium, tempo, consistent, space, usage of upper body movement, sagittal plan. 7. Tupai bergelut saut. Both hand hold plate and do figure of 8 in front of the chest. The aesthetic is the hand holding the plate seem to be struggling, fighting and moving in the opposite position. The movement analysis is time, fast and sharp, tempo, fast and slow in end of movement, space, usage of upper body movement, coronal plan. Through the process, I combine all the elements through the method of choreography. The aesthetic and qualities that have been identified give the dancers and myself to move to produce movement of different qualities. In the figure below, how the reconstruction method in the choreography I produced in the gelanggang and play one. First is alter the use of props using diminution, process or an instance of becoming gradually less. Intentional original usage is using 2 piring, 1 on each palm while doing all movement. After reconstruction is 1 plate is used. 1 palm hold 1 piring like intentional way. The other palm is empty without piring but doing the movement still. Second, alter the use of movement speed. Intentional original usage is normally follow the music. After reconstruction is changing into different speed, which is slow, medium, and fast, and against music. Third, alter the use of space of movement. Intentional original usage is mostly the dance using of space only on the spot. Because of creative process, the movement go with flow pattern. After reconstruction, space can be different level, low, medium, and high, and also space introducing big and small movement. Fourth, alter the movement with another body part. Traditional original usage is using only hand. One on each palm hold the plates. After reconstruction, many body parts can hold and connected to the plate. For example, leg, elbow, and head. Fifth, alter with mix and match ragam. A traditional original usage is there's a set of ragam. For example, pijak bara 1/8, asas hayunan 1/8, sisir rambut 1/8. This movement need to exactly follow the orders. After reconstruction, the series of movement can be scrambled. Not following orders, set of ragam, the order of movement. 6. Alter the symbolic of piring. In traditional original usage is piring as a prop. After reconstruction, is a symbol of power. Application reconstructed material to express power. In gelanggang, I use the original movement in order to show sharing power. Then I use original plate dance movement material that are the basic of hayunan piring and lambu piring. Slowly it is developed to show they have the same abilities and powers. This happens when they do each other one by one, movement can be done. To show power abilities, they try to compete and show their skill before placing condition on who is in power. Here the titi piring element is shown. The dancers has to step on the plate and mince until all the plates are gone. Here one of the dancers fall and lose. The plate become a determining tool and obstacle in gaining power. The winning dancer manipulate and fully control the losing dancer. Here, the plate is a force blocking the losing dancers. After that, the next condition is done to give absolute power to the dancers by closing the plate. This element is used to look back at movement that have gone through the reconstruction method. In power grab contest, there is definitely a tone of intrigue and losing dancers are deceived by making the wrong plate close. Anyone who can't grab and hold a plate will lose. The plate is the desired force to be able to influence anyone. In play 1, I use plate as a chess pieces. Here, I use the movement of stacking plates by using the basic element of timang piring. I use sound from the friction effect of the plate itself. Here, the plate as power is translated through the mind. Dancers try to play chess with themselves as a trigger to choose a strategy. After that, begin the development of movement in which various strategies were invented power using the basic of plate dance movement. Namely, the basic of asas hayunan piring, sisir rambut, and hanyutan. Imagines different roles is to express different power. The material of movement is derived from the plate dance elements such as hair comb, the basic of plate swing, conflict playing, the mind and movement material from plate. Dance is extant. The power in this choreography is more about how to use the role of power in the chess character as best as possible before meeting the real opponent. Here, I show you some short clip, gelanggang and play 1, which is I choreograph. After completing the two choreographies, I discovered a strategy to reconstruct and combine tari piring elements and make them compatible and always complement each other. Understanding the form of tradition and analyzing the aesthetic and quality of it is important. This understanding helped me be more sensitive in making choreography about uniqueness and openness of combination of tradition and contemporary. In addition, the reconstruction method is also one of the methods that are still relevant in looking at changes in movement based on tradition. At the same time, sensitive nature and sharp observation must be present in conducting this research. Thank you.